Hey everyone, we are back in the kitchen again, and I am swapping my Superfish Scaper tank 45 for the Cyano Aqua 60 litre one, and we're going to be scaping a tank for Badis badis, chameleon fish, really interesting fish that I have in my quarantine tank for about a month now. I was going to put them in my Asian community tank, but observing them for the last few weeks, I think they will do so much better in their own tank. As much as they are quite brave and they feed really well, I'm just kind of thinking maybe this tank is too big and I won't be able to monitor them well enough. I have 4, so they'll do really well in this 60 litre tank. They're only small. I might also move my Harlequin Rasboras from my main community tank to here, because they are, I think, the only Asian fish in that tank, so they might enjoy being here with a little bit of tannins in, and yeah, it will add a little bit of movement within the aquarium. I only have 6, so I think that would make a nice group of swimming fish in here, but they are not as boisterous as some tetras and don't move as much. So what I did already, I got this tank off Facebook Marketplace and I cleaned it, as well as taken the frames off. So I am trying to take this frame off of it so I can use it for a new project, which I meant to do in a 45 litre tank, but if I'm able to use this one, I'll use this one. It's a little bit longer. It's about 10 centimeters longer than Superfish Scaper 45. So that would be a little bit better for the fish, I guess, and for the project that I'm working on. So let's see if I can take that frame off. It kind of is off already a little bit, but yeah, let's see. So I picked up some blades today. I have a long one and this shorter one, scraper blades, and I'm trying to very carefully and very gently just scrape underneath that frame to release the silicone. I've done pretty much all sides already. I just need to do this corner and this side. This is already kind of coming off. So you can see this black silicone here is holding all the frame. Oh, I think I got it. We have cracked it, so I've managed it. I've taken the frame. Now what I'm gonna have to do is clear the top of the silicone and sand it down, and then just make sure the tank is super clean and that the internal silicone is up to scratch. So that's going to be nice. Frame. I just wanted to take the top frame off because I didn't want the lid on it, and the bottom came off by itself, so it makes it nice, a rimless tank. I did add some silicone in the corners to just reinforce it, as it was a little bit loose here. It scraped in a few places, but other than that, it's making a really nice tank. It's a little bit shorter than the Scaper tank, which makes it easier for me to do maintenance, and a little bit bigger for the fish. So what we're going to do today is put a layer of substrate in. We won't be planting this tank heavily, however, I am going to put some crypts in. So wherever they will go in the back, I am going to add some plant substrate. We're going to have sandy bottom and lots of botanicals and some river cobbles, some java fern probably. I just want to make it natural and relevant to the environment that they come from. So researching the plants and the environment that they come from, the rivers that they come from quite murky water, like tannins. So we're looking at Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, the kind of Asian continent, not so much Southeast Asia. But you know, we are not doing a biotope, we are doing a natural tank, so it's absolutely fine and they will love it. I enjoy those fish so much, they're so personable, they're really cichlid-like almost in a lot of their behavior. They come to the glass, they feed really well, they are not scared at all. So I'm really looking forward to giving them environment where they'll be able to go into caves and hide and, you know, establish their territories and just observe their natural behavior a little bit more. I have 2 females and 2 males. I wanted 3 females and 1 male, but I ordered them online. So this is what arrived, which is absolutely fine. I think in this tank, the males will be able to establish their own territories. I'm going to put caves at each side of the tank. Yeah, and see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to start again with the dense substrate. It would be good probably if I had a little cup. Maybe we have a sloth cup. I've got some API root tabs. Maybe I will add them. Oops. Just like so. Because I don't know where I'm gonna be planting. But I'm not gonna be planting a lot, so. I have this sand from my local fish store, BD Trading Aquarium Sand. I love it because it has this very natural mixture of colors, almost like river sand, some white and blue, and it's a little bit darker and then just yellow sand. And also it says it does not alter pH, which is really important for saltwater fish. Right, what I forgot to do is put the background on the side of the tank. So before I put the sand in, I am going to add the background. I have this background from the Scaper 45, which will fit in nicely onto this one. It's a little bit too big, but we can cut it. I am going to use it on the side where it isn't bent. Okay. I will do water and maybe a little bit of sticky tape. So what I am doing now is just spraying water on the tank with my daughter's spray thing, spray the whole wall as well. I am just going to apply the background. I have this little plasticky, squidgy thing. I am going to use Cacao as well. As last time, this screen was, this film was coming off the tongue. Let me try and cut it to size. I am just using like a simple scalpel knife that I took from my husband's collage. I kind of can't see what I'm doing there. What I want to do is just dig a tiny little bit out so no one will be able to see where the glass is joining, the glass panels are joining, and then onto the background. So I won't be able to pull it off when I'm taking the filter out or something. Just a simple solution to a background issue. There are some, bubbles here and there, but it doesn't bother me. You won't be able to see when the tongue grows in and the water is in. Okay. I'm glad that I washed the sand because it was super dirty. It took me a long time to rinse it off properly, and it's still a bit murky. So I was kind of laughing and thinking that as that fish likes turbid water. Turbid? Did I say turbulent before? It's turbid, not turbulent. It likes calm water. Anyway, it would feel right at home because it was filthy. I'm really, really excited about this fish and seeing it in a escaped tank and not in a quarantine tank. I hope they will be nice to each other. But from what I've researched, the tank is large enough, the fish stays relatively small. It would be better if I had just one male. Whoop, don't break the tank. But what can I do? I couldn't get them anywhere in my local area, and I really wanted them. As I'm quite into Asian continent fish now, Southeast Asia, I really was trying to find a bottom-dwelling fish, and badis, obviously, are a bottom-dwelling fish. So interesting. I thought that they would be more shy, but they are not shy at all. And I love feeding them. It's such a, that's a kind of what made me want to put them in a separate tank, is that I really enjoy feeding them. They are very personable fish and come up to me and like having a really nice kind of time watching them and interacting with them. Because I am going to be using the Superfish hang on the back filter, I think it's 100 or something like that, from the Escape the Tank, although I'm not the biggest fan of that filter, but it's fine, it will have to do for now. You might be wondering what's in here. These are my baby Bolivian wraps. Oh, and they're cute. They're still so tiny. Like, look, they're tiny. But anyway, going back to this tank, I have boiled wood and some botanicals yesterday, so I'm gonna bring that. So we have a whole pot of different things, including wood from the Scaper tank that I boiled again because it had a little bit of algae on it, and hopefully the algae will not survive boiling. And that whole bit of wood here is covered in this weird kind of hair algae, green. And just scrape it off. I'm moving the camera. So technically this wood should stay put because it has been submerged for the last, let's say, 6 months, and I boiled it again yesterday. I hope it will, because I don't want to glue it. I'm just playing around with the scape before I add it to the tank. It also allows me to have some planting space in the corners. Just need to look at it from a distance. Let's have a look. Quickly. Perhaps I should have the stones in as well before setting the wood up. I've washed those river cobble stones, and I have those cacao pods that kind of look like those rocks. I'm not sure if this is what the badis like as their cave, and they are a bit soft and jelly like. I'm gonna just rip a bigger hole and see what's inside. I don't know, it freaked me out a bit, to be honest, looking into caves like this. Okay, I'm gonna wash them again, but I made the hole slightly bigger so that the badis can go in and out more freely and they are not so enclosed. I don't know whether that looks nice or not, but this is what it's going to be. So I think I might place one sort of at the back here, and the one at this end, hoping they will, or maybe somewhere here. This one will be just by the filter. Maybe I'll do it one here and one kind of, but they do then face the direction that I will not be able to see. So maybe one here, a bit tucked in, and one more here. I don't know, I just don't want them to see each other but also I don't want the caves to be kind of like, that's maybe too close. Also, I'm not sure about placing any wood on top of them because I don't know how quickly these will decay. I might just put some of those rocks. Is that too straight? Might be a bit. How about if this one was going on top of here and this one was standing up? This one looks like a running man. Can you see that? A superhero. maybe another rock just here, so to support the wood and create another kind of a cave system in here. That way maybe this pot can sit that way. Okay, I like this. This one kind of like, I lean it on the wood, or is it a bit too much? I'm just trying to create lots of crevices for them to go under this lotus pod, but I'm pretty much 100% that this will float. This little shell that can go in the middle, or is it too middle? Oh, it looks quite all right. And bits and bobs, little pieces of wood. I don't know, I feel like there's a bit more height needed around this area here. Is it too straight? I don't know, looks a bit okay. Yeah, and then this pod can move that way. That way I'll be able to see both of them. Okay. Too much. Maybe this small one can go on. This one can go. I like this one because it's kind of like a half. Okay, so we have the Botanicals and the Hardscape in. I am going to fill it with water to see what's gonna float. I moved the tank in its place and I started filling it with water. Nothing has floated up, which is a success. So I'm going to finish filling it up, and I've got a couple of more seed pods and stuff to add. I'm not sure if I will, but I do have them. And I've added some of the little stones, and I'm gonna plant tomorrow because it's, I think, 11:20 at night and I'm absolutely shattered. So, but I do want to put the filter on, and yeah, I'll plant tomorrow. It's the next day now and everything went well overnight, nothing leaked. And this morning, whilst I was doing other bits and bobs and maintenance on other tanks, I was able to take some mature filter media out of my other tanks. So I did set up a filter on here. In one compartment we have mature biomedia, and in the other compartment we have a mature sponge. And in both compartments I put a fine floss so that nothing falls out, and the filter's working fine, so we can plant, and maybe tomorrow we can add the fish. So plants wise, what we have is Java fern. All the plants, pretty much all of them, are from other tanks. We also have a little Anubias, which I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use here. I'm going to put it there. Some more Java fern. And we have this cryptocorin. What is it? Cryptocorin lense, I think, or something. The long, like jaggedy curved leaves, and in my other plant storage I have Cryptocorin venditia or something like that, brown, which I am also going to add here. I need to leave some space because in my quarantine tank with the Badis fish, I have a sponge filter as well, which I wanted to add to here. So I need to leave some space in the corner there for sponge filter as well. But that's okay. So we have quite a long crypt here. And I think I'm going to put it in that corner there. Am I holding the... This tank doesn't have a heater yet. I'm waiting for a heater because I am currently using all my spare heaters in my quarantine tanks and other holding tanks and stuff like that, so I needed to order a heater yesterday. Now I'm gonna put another one in that corner there, but kind of like thinking about the sponge filter as well. I like to make things difficult for myself. Now the fern, there is a lot of baby ferns on here. I'm gonna pull off. That's okay. All right, let's see. I wanted it to go kind of right there in the middle. This wood wants to float now. And we don't want that. I might stick the smaller ones to rocks and put them in between. I have those, I don't know whether it's focusing, Cryptocorin ones that I will plant kind of maybe this one here and this one just around the fern. I just need to take the rest of the wool thingy off without damaging the roots where possible. Give it a little rinse. And this is this big one, which I'm going to plant right in there. Hopefully it will grow in nicely. And that also creates in that crevice a little cave. And then we have the other one. And I'm gonna rinse. And I'm going to plant it right below the fern. I hope I'm not going to dislodge that big piece of wood. Hopefully the roots will find their way. This is really like wanting to go up. I was so happy and pleased with myself that none of the scape bits were floating, but I'm surprised about this one because it was in the tank for a long time. The whole day has passed and I still haven't managed to finish this, but I boiled some leaves. We have little catapa leaves and also some other leaves that I bought in my local fish store, but I didn't make a note of what they were. And because I bought them loose, I don't remember what they were. Anyway, I'm gonna add some leaves. What I did off camera is added some of the Amazon frog bit, and I just squished some more Java fern in. I don't know whether you can see, but bacterial bloom has started already. I have added loads of beneficial bacteria to this tank today in the form of mature media, so I'm not surprised that this is happening. Hopefully it will sort itself out tomorrow and we will move the fish in. But today I want to just add some of those leaves so we can do that now. I also have those seed pods that I boiled yesterday, so I'm gonna add them too. I'm not sure if I should be adding this one in or it's just gonna be too much. This one is this cute little cone one. I think I'll leave it out. Switch that light off from in front of the tank to give a better idea of what it looks like. So this is what we have today, and we'll wait for the tank to calm down a little bit with regards to the bacteria, and then we'll be able to add the fish. Also, a new light is coming tomorrow because I've lost a plug to the light that I wanted to use. Okay, so it's been a couple of days, and today I've tested the tank. It has 0 ammonia and nitrites, as I would expect, because I've transferred a mature filter. But not to lose the bacteria, I will move the fish in there today. We've added Botanicals yesterday, and what I'm going to do, what I've done as well, is tested the pH. So pH in this tank sits at 6.8 now, and in my hospital tank and in general my water sits around 6.5 pH. So one of those stones or the sand, even though the sand wasn't meant to not alter the pH of the water, so perhaps one of the boulders is putting the pH slightly up, but with all the botanicals I would hope that it will go down a little bit. I am going to add some more tannins to the water also, and we will monitor that for the next month or so to just make sure that none of these is leaching anything into the water. The filter has been running. I had an air stone on before to make sure that the biofilm isn't sitting on the tank, completely blocking it, and the biofilm in the tank has started appearing as well, which will be nice for the fish. Maybe I will add some amano shrimp because I think the baddies would eat the little shrimp otherwise. But yeah, let's move down to the quarantine tank and we'll hopefully get the fish out. Okay, so we are now at the quarantine tank. You can see that the baddies are, they probably think that I'm going to feed them. They have been such a great fish, really personable, really kind of like here at the front all the time. So I'm gonna empty the tank a little bit so I can take it out, and that way we'll also catch the fish a little bit easier. I'll show them to you now in the quarantine tank so you can then later see the difference in their coloration when we move them to the display tank. They are such great little fish. The tank is all dirty, but they are really like, the males have been having their standoffs all the time. Very cute. There's another female there. They really think I'm going to feed them, so they're getting a bit feisty with each other. I think this one is the dominant male that was just chasing everyone off. I will take some of the water out so I can catch the fish. I'll put it in this little jug. Then I'm gonna siphon the rest of the water out so I can take that tank out. They're just getting really aggro now. Change the colors completely. I think this is the dominant female, the one with no color, and the male that went to the back is the dominant male, and this is the subdominant female, and the one with the scruffy tail, I'm guessing, is the subdominant male. Hopefully they'll be able to establish their own territories in the bigger tank. Whilst the tank is emptying, I am going to add a little bit of tannins. I made the catappa leaf tea bag, so I'm just gonna add a tiny little bit. And I'm going to probably be adding it for a little bit of time to just make sure that I have the color that I want. The tank is pretty empty. I am going to attempt to take it out without, no, it's absolutely fine. Okay, the fish will probably be majorly freaked out, but there's nothing I can do about it. This is a problem of having a quarantine tank at the bottom of a fish tank cabinet. To move the plants, so God, I think it bit me. We've got one. Oh. And where's the last one? Oh, it's here. Come on, baby. Okay. Acclimatize them. They are here. All nice. I'm going to take the bowl and move it by the fish tank. And I am going to acclimatize them now slowly. I probably will use a drip method. Right, I'll show you how I do it. So I have the airline with this little connector attached here. I'm gonna put it into the tank, somewhere where it won't come out. And then I just set it so it's about 1 drop per second, and I'll leave it until, I don't know, it's ready in 45 minutes or so. So the fish have been acclimatizing for about an hour, and I think they are ready to go. In that time I've installed the sponge filter from the quarantine tank, and I put this little piece of plastic bottle on the outlet of this hang on the back filter to just direct the water away from the bottom. Just we'll see how it goes, but at least for the beginning, as they don't like fast flow at all. So let's move them in. These two are the males and these two are the females. I am curious which one is going to claim which spot. They are curious and exploring. That's really nice. Straight away from being angsty with each other. You heard that whole tank. Go and find a spot for yourself. Look how gorgeous they are. Why are you fighting, guys? Go away. The females are just exploring at the front. It seems like they both like this corner, even though this corner is just the same. I have some live Daphnia that they might be interested in. Shall see. got a bit preoccupied with the food, which is good. But the males are still fighting. Don't know whether you can see them. They are just there in this corner still. Ooh, it's going in the cave. It has been a couple of weeks, or maybe 3 weeks, since I set up this tank. The fish are doing absolutely great. They are expecting the feed. The males still squabble with each other a little bit, but the subdominant male is looking absolutely amazing. The dominant male is looking beautiful. Both of the females are absolutely fine. What I'm going to do today is fix the fans where they should be, because the crypts have melted and I've been tidying up the tank a little bit from the melted plants, and I moved stuff about. So I'm gonna do a little maintenance on this tank, put the plants back in where they should be, do a little water change, maybe trim the roots of the Amazon sword because it's absolutely bonkers now. And we are going to move in the Harlequin Rasboras from my main community tank. We'll have to catch them first. But yeah, this should be nice. Some of my plants are still turning from clear water, I guess, into black water and figuring it out, so they don't necessarily look their best, but hopefully they will convert fairly soon, hopefully, and we will have a nice black water tank. Lots of debris that is sitting on the roots of the plants, so I am going to wash it out at the roots and change water. Maybe this will improve the flow in the tank as well. But apart from that, the tank is doing absolutely great. Maybe this one as well needs trimming. They do want food. The fan is looking a bit sorry for itself as well. I guess it also needs to convert, but that's okay. I am going to just siphon some water out. I need the plants that might be kind of hiding in. Yeah, I think some of the crypts absolutely didn't make it though, but that's okay. Okay, so I have some dechlorinated water with a little bit of tannins in it already, and I'm just gonna fill the tank up. Whilst I was changing the water, I also managed to catch all my Harlequin Rasboras from the community tank. So I will now acclimatize them. They are gorgeous, gorgeous fish. I had them in my community tank for about a year. So they are fully grown, a group of 6. I hope they will do really, really well. So what I'm going to do is use the drip method again for them. As much as it might not be necessary, I find it a bit easier to do that because I don't need to remember about dropping the water in all the time. And I guess it's gonna give them an easier transition. The water temperature in both tanks is the same, and the only difference is that we do have some tannins here. So I'm gonna set it to about 1 drop per second and give them about 45 minutes to an hour. And I will bring you back when these guys are ready to go in to the tank. So yeah, see you in a few. Okay, so it has been about an hour and the fish are doing really well. Taken some water out and it's almost filled up again, so I think it's time to add them in. I'm very excited. Okey-doke. Baddies are really curious. And Rasboras are just exploring. Oh, they look gorgeous in here. The Harlequin Rasboras are such brilliant schooling fish as well, and in a tank that isn't too big they'll be looking really great. So Badis badis are slightly different to scarlet badis or black tiger badis, and they happily take frozen food, bloodworms and other worms. I like to put some worms in the floating plants and they just kind of hunt it down. They look a bit mean, but they are not at all. And even though they are bottom dwelling fish, I've noticed that they almost prefer eating at the top. Can you see how she's kind of observing and waiting on what's in the floating plants? So pretty. They're pretty much the same size as the badis are, just different shape. Such a calm, lovely tank. If you stayed with me this long, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this build and the fish as much as I do. And see you in the next one.